No one wants perfect order. I got some Twitter alerts at 3 a.m. this morning. ETBs and booster bundles were up on Target because they do their 3 a.m. drops all the time now. So I shut my phone off after I got the notification. Woke up, walked my dogs around 6:30 in the morning. Opened the Target app, still available. Started work for the day around 8 o'clock, still available on Target. Take my dogs back out a couple hours later, still available. And then the final tweet, perfect order ETB is still up 11 hours later on Target. The bots don't want this. No one wants it. And that's just the sad truth. I'm going to get some comments saying, you just wait. These are going to go up. You'll see there's a demand for it. And it's the demand. Here's the case, full case of 6 booster boxes. On the very lowest right here, we got 15 sold. These are probably people just like, oh, you know what? That's a pretty cheap case, the cheapest case you can get right now. Besides, I think, Surging Sparks. So yeah, that would explain it. I mean, some people, maybe they got $1,000 and they just want to take a gamble on this. I think they're just going to have a hard time selling it. Not going to lie. The booster box here on the downturn, we got 200 booster boxes sold. I think, and this is just my personal opinion, subjective. I think a lot of these being sold are either people just like, oh, I can get a booster box around $200. They don't know anything. They don't know any better. Maybe they're new to the hobby. So they're just like, oh, cheap booster box. I'll grab one. It'll go up over time. Probably be $300 by summer. Absolutely not. And then maybe you got some other people that are buying this like, oh, you know what? I finally can get a cheap booster box to open with, like, my family, my kids, something like that. So that I get. And I think that's why there's so many being sold around this $200 mark. But I mean, now it's crashing down to 170. The ETB, $62 on TCG Player. Again, you could get it for $59.99 on Target. I think with, tax and shipping, it's probably around the same price that's being sold for here, with the shipping also. And again, we just go to the set now. I mean, this just goes to show, like, the craziness of the market right now is just every set, whether it's trash or not, it's going to have a couple cards over $100. I mean, $186 for this Zygarde, 180 for the Meowth. I mean, I think the most expensive card should probably be this Clefairy. And I think if it was an SIR and it had the texture, it probably would be. But I mean, you just compare this to the trash set of Shroud of Fable that I already previously mentioned. I don't get how this Persian is $48. Gorgeous card. How that's $48, and in a PSA 10, it's going for $212, which is like basically the same price as this Meowth. I'd honestly rather, if I had $200, I would just spend $200 for a PSA 10 Persian over a raw copy of this Meowth. Maybe some people would do the opposite. I'm sure they would. We compare again, Steam Siege, everyone's favorite, arguably the worst set in history. I think Perfect Order is going to take that throne. Just my personal opinion again, but at least you got the Gardevoir. That was the, most popular Pokemon mascot, I guess, of the Scarlet Violet era. But I mean, you got a gold secret rare in the XY era going for like $1,000. So I mean, I think at least with Steam Siege, it has a desirable, popular Pokemon top chase card versus, I mean, Perfect Order, it's the Mega Zygarde Gold. I just think in 10 years from now, this won't reach the Steam Siege level. I really don't. And I had some comments in my last video saying, when I said that, the demand will be there, just going to take a little bit longer of time. With the amount being printed these days compared to 10 years ago, like, it makes sense why the XY Steam Siege booster box is like over $1,000, because they just didn't print as much product back then. Same with the ETB going for like $1,700. You know what I mean? There's just not a lot of them out there. It's just a collector piece. It's not even about the set. It's just a collector piece, and it's scarce, and that's why people want it. In 10 years from now, for Perfect Order, I just still think there's going to be a ton of cases out there that no one's going to want. A bunch of regular booster boxes no one's going to want. That's why I got rid of my booster box. I got rid of one of my Pokemon Center ETBs and one of my regular ETBs in my sale yesterday on Facebook Marketplace. And yeah, I got one Pokemon Center ETB still, because I think the Pokemon Center ETBs in general, regardless of the set, have value. So that's why I still have one. And then I still have one regular ETB because I like to collect one of each, PC ETB, regular ETB, just for collection purposes. But I'm not getting any more of this. And that's why I offloaded some of it. And I'm sure a lot of people are doing the same thing. I see all over Facebook Marketplace, people are trying to sell it. I got offered it in some of my messages on Facebook Marketplace, like, hey, trade you my Perfect Order booster box for your Blooming Waters. Like, what? Like, that's just these individuals, they just don't know how trash Perfect Order is. They think that, like, would be a fair deal. It just makes no sense. And yeah, so again, you look at the set list, you look at the data of the booster boxes, cases, ETBs being sold. It's just, no one wants it. And I get a lot of people are probably going to comment and just be like, oh no, demand's high, you'll see. And that's probably because they have a position in here and, they're scared it's not going to perform. And the same thing goes with the rip and shippers. They literally said, you know what, I got my position early, and if it sells out on my website, I'm probably not going to order more of it. Same thing with, some of the Pokemon YouTubers that bought cases of this stuff. They're having a hard time selling it. And they're probably not going to buy more either. So that's what everyone seems to be doing. They over position themselves, and now they're trying to get out of it as quick as possible and put that money in other things. Like, would you rather have a perfect order booster box case for $1,100, $1,200, or a Ascended Heroes ETB case? Let's see if this loads. For 1,600, you pay an extra $400, you get an Ascended Heroes ETB case. Would you rather have that or a perfect order booster box case for $400 less? I think you'd rather have the ETB case. If you don't make that decision, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Find a new hobby. But it's just, again, this is just all my subjective opinion. I'm sure some people like Perfect Order, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind Shroud of Fable. I really don't. So a lot of people say, you know what, you're an idiot because you think Shroud of Fable is actually a decent set. I do think it's a decent set. And I compare it to, again, Perfect Order, and I'm just like, you know, aside from the Clefairy, Clefable is just, I mean, there's just some more depth here. Houndoom, Horsey. I mean, you know, even this Beware card's like a good memeable card. Even like this Kufon, you know, I mean, just like some of the art here is just a little bit better in my personal opinion. A lot of people disagree with that. A lot of people will probably agree with that as well, though. Again, everyone's subjective opinion at the end of the day. So I just want to make a quick rant of this. I really don't see Perfect Order being a, you know, a big expensive box in, you know, the near future and the long-term future. Let me know, leave a comment if you disagree. Let me know what you guys think. I'm working on investing some other things right now, so I'll make some videos on that. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I didn't really get anyone upset. Again, this is just my personal opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own. So leave a comment if you have a disagreeing opinion. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.